Up next on the Midlife Mafia Podcast.
I mean, you could be dead tomorrow. If I haven't died yet, I mean...
You did.
Right. Technically, I did.
So life has been infinitely better at my house since the air fryer arrived, because now that is like completely replaced me.
She got replaced by an air fryer. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know how to put a condom on. If I did, I wouldn't have 3 kids. Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's for the men to do. And somebody can talk to my kids. I'm not doing it. I need a cigarette.
Welcome to the Midlife Mafia Podcast. My name is Christy. Today's episode's balancing career and home life in midlife.
My name is Marietta, and I definitely do not balance my career and home in midlife at all.
My name is Elle, and for my 16th birthday, I got a job interview.
Did you get the job?
I did.
Nice.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, wow.
He made you work.
He said, it's about that time. The Midlife Mafia is an experience geared towards women over 40. We're going to make you feel powerful and confident and enlightened about the woman that you are and the future that is in front of you, because we have so much future in front of us. We're 3 very different women.
Very.
We're putting the Gen X spin on midlife. We're going to talk about child rearing, careers, empty nest syndrome, healthcare, some things that maybe your mom forgot to talk to you about.
I hope not sex.
Like, I just got a great email about that, but I'll keep it to myself. Midlife is a time of change. It's a time of reflection. Most of all, though, it's a time of growth. It's a time where we let our past experiences help us guide our future. Hopefully that means we make better choices.
Probably
Maybe we have
not.
something to pass along to the next generation. Who knows? So balancing our career and our home life.
Who does that?
What does
don't.
that even mean?
I definitely don't. I did at one point. I, again, worked a desk job for many, many years, and I worked for the Board of Education when I was younger, and I loved that. But then having to punch a clock made me really realize I needed to work for myself, and I became a licensed real estate salesperson, and it ain't that good.
She's a very good one.
So now you
it's
have
not that
billboards
glamorous.
all over Brooklyn and
I do.
Staten
Very
Island.
proud of my billboards. Very proud. But I took this so that I did this so that I can have more time with my kids. I'm a mom of 3, and I thought it would be like the easier way to do things. This is your life. You pick and choose what appointments you want to go on, but then you realize that if you don't go on those appointments, you don't get money.
Right.
We don't get paid.
You can't have it both ways.
We don't get paid. We have no paychecks. We have no salary. We're not hourly. We get nothing. We don't do a deal. We don't get money. That's the bottom line.
So you're like independent contractors?
I am an independent contractor. Yes, I am. I'm a 1099 independent contractor.
And you sell, you're always on the phone. You're always wheeling and dealing. You are the wheeling and dealing.
I mean, thank God my clients love me dearly, because they keep coming back for more.
Even after they're threatened.
I know. That's what makes them love me even more. But I do have to tell you, I think I made the best decision ever, because as much as I do work a lot, I don't miss any milestones in my kids' lives. I don't. If I don't want to work, like I said, if my kids had a graduation, I was there.
I hope so.
Pre-prom. I did the pre-prom. I did everything. I drove them to the shore. I picked them up from the shore. If I had a 9 to 5, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
So
Well, you can't miss graduation. No employer would.
No, but I wouldn't be able to do pre-prom and bring that. Imagine me telling my boss from Citigroup, Ed, I have to go take my kids to the Jersey Shore, so I need the day off. And then, by the way, I got to pick them up too, so I need that day off. In the same week, it would be forget about it. It would be no.
I guess.
So I mean, I love that I have the opportunity to partially raise my children.
No, you raised your children.
Yeah.
How has it changed in midlife from when they were little?
They do a lot more on their own now.
So it's easier, you would
It's
say.
easier, yeah. It's a little easier, but little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. And they're more money now. College, too. In college, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a lot. And I don't get any help. We have to pay for college.
Well, yeah, that's definitely.
I don't want to.
But you wanted your kids to go to college.
Well, yeah, they need to because they'll have nothing. I'm not going to live forever. They got to make a life for themselves.
Right. So that's what you work for.
Yeah, there you go. There's my
How about
balance.
you, Elle?
I had a different careers in my life. And they say now actually for your children to tell your children to plan for at least more than one career, because now the way that it goes, you usually switch around midlife. A lot of people do something else. Like my grandfather worked in a factory for 80 years or whatever, got a gold watch, and hallelujah. But they don't do that anymore. People don't have longevity in the job market the way that they used to have it. I went to school. I worked for maybe 10 or 15 years before I had kids, and then I stopped working, and then I started working again when the kids got older, because like with you have more freedom, more time to work. So then I worked just part-time, and then I moved my way up to full-time, And so now I'm in a business where I'm a manager and I'm responsible, and I have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of hours. The best part about it is they got an air fryer, apparently, which was a game changer and changed their life. So life has been infinitely better at my house since the air fryer arrived, because now that is like completely replaced me. But,
She got replaced by an air fryer.
I was, after a while, you're like, do I really have to cook? But what I try to do is, without being too stupid about it, I try to, find out what their interests are and, join them. Like, my older one is really into Formula One, which I had to me, Formula One was rich people in Monaco that I didn't care about.
Is that a drink?
Probably somewhere. No, it's racing. It's car racing.
Oh.
And it's young boys car racing, is what it is.
And they race in the cars?
And they race in race cars, like cars that are not street cars. They don't have reverse, because they only go forward at 200 miles an hour. It's a very dangerous sport. But I didn't know anything about it, but she knew everything about it, like her favorite racer, like this team, that team, whatever. So I watched it with her, and she taught me, and I learned, and now I have a favorite racer, and now we watch the trials and we watch the races, and DraftKings has my money again. And then with my son, it's like, I use the time that I spend with him, like driving him to school, to have talks about different things, or picked him up from somewhere and I walked back with him and we talk about, I try to use my time wisely, so my balance between work and home is, even though I have less physical time, I try to make it up with actually being present. And
I see that.
Yeah, and being engaged and being interested. You?
Well, I work for myself, so it's a little easier now, but I spend a little more time with them now than I have in the past, because it was a lot to get here, to get to this point. But I have my things with each kid, and I enjoy my time. Do I cook? No.
When she does,
usually
though,
I
it's
see
delicious.
the charges, like they went to the diner tonight.
That's how I track my son. Taco Bell.
Yes, but and my husband's home, so that helps, and they spend a lot of time together. But I balance everything out? I don't. Who does? You always forget something.
Superstar moms on TikTok do.
Yeah.
No one does.
You always forget something.
What is balance?
Right. Sometimes you're like, what day is it? Oh God, shit. I forgot. I didn't put his uniform on. It's dress down day. I put his uniform on. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm so glad school's come to an end.
Oh, my God.
It's actually like I could sleep till 8:15.
It's going to cost me more money, though.
And now in the summer, because camp is later than school time and stuff like that, I could spend a little more time in the morning. I stroll into work around 12 or whatever. So, it's...
After that's your second job. Your job, you stroll in.
Well, yeah. So the job that I work for myself, I stroll in. But it has its upsides. We're busy. You manage the business, so it's, how busy it is.
Yeah, it's 7 days a week.
Right.
You should close one of those days. No,
No.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. She would
God,
never close.
shit.
She would never close any of those
I should
days.
close one of those days.
No, I thought about doing it every time I say I'm going to close on a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm like, there's so many people on the schedule.
And everyone's wisdom teeth are jacked. Come on, people.
Right.
Get your wisdom teeth out when you're in your 20s, because we don't want to see you when you're in your 40s.
You also have to remember, people work all day. So the weekends, for what you do, they want to come in on the
Right.
weekends.
That's right.
Well, I understand that. That's why we're open later in the morning, because I'm not a morning person, so my office is open at 10 o'clock. We close at 7. I mean, we don't really close necessarily.
No, they just left now.
Right. You know, so I mean, and then if I do close the office, it winds up becoming more of a headache for me. Because then the emergency line is ringing.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, somebody that missed their appointment 3 days ago finds that to be emergency.
I was just going to say, what are you going to do? Come in?
So
Extract
usually
something?
I just make it go to voicemail, and it says, text if it's an emergency, because I'll get back to you.
You should say what they all say. Please call 911.
But it
all
could be
do say
anything, any holiday, it's always the same thing, you know? I mean, I train my kids to answer the phone, too, so, I mean, we're okay with it. I mean, I get back to you.
I tried asking Sean. He answered for you once. I said, he goes, oh, Ma, it's Chrissy. Hold on, my mother's in the bathroom. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you tell somebody that? What if you didn't know who Christy was?
But,
He would tell a client that.
oh,
Yeah.
you were in the bathroom.
You don't tell people that.
We know you pee.
I do pee.
I know, but
you
you
just
still
don't
don't
tell
tell-
people.
you don't
I mean,
answer
I'll
the
get my mother. I'll get her for you. Marietta will be right with you. What the hell's wrong with you?
She answers the phone in the shower, so you're talking to the wrong
So do
girl.
I.
Oh,
My Bluetooth, it scares the shit out of me. I got a rain shower now that has a Bluetooth. So I'm in the shower. My
it's
phone rings
talking
and
to
it's...
you?
No,
Oh.
yeah. And the ring is so loud because I still don't know how to work
That's
the
the
settings.
worst thing I've ever heard.
She always hears the water, and she goes, are you in the shower? Well, you know, I thought it was important.
But sometimes there's no time to even... I don't like showering too late because I don't like going to bed with a wet head. I don't like wetting my
Well,
feather
at
pillow.
night I don't do. Well, tonight I will because it's 100 degrees. But
Yeah.
I don't wash my hair at night because I look like forget it in the morning. I have to wash my hair in the morning. But yeah, you don't know what I look like. But since it's 100-degree weather, I wash it twice. So I get that point, but we don't have time. You know, so it's time management. Like I haven't spoke to my mother in a couple of days.
Get out of here.
No. I spoke to her this weekend, yes. But what I'm saying, when I haven't spoke to her in a couple of days, because the week gets, you know, it goes by.
Yeah.
We get out of here, it's going to be late, you don't have time. But if she does call me and I'm in the shower, I'm going to answer.
Of course.
So you don't want to not speak to her. And there's certain people I'm going to take the phone call in the shower. I mean, I hire people and like some new doctors and stuff. And if I don't want to miss their call, I take it in the shower too. If they know that it's ringing in the background, I don't care. You know, because they have a question for me at that time. I mean, I think a doctor had called me yesterday, and I was like, I don't know if it was Saturday or yesterday, and I'm like, I forgot to send you like something about that. And he like hears the TV blasting and this, and he goes, I'm so sorry you're with your kids. I was like, they're okay. Don't worry about it.
Nobody ever says that to me. I'm so sorry you're with your kids.
Well, I'm going to sign the check. So.
They get annoyed at me that I'm with my kids.
They're usually pretty nice to me, but not that. Actually, lately they've been a fucking dicks. So, but that's besides the point.
Well, where do you see your future, Elle? Where do you see your future? I fucking can't.
With me,
I see.
she's gonna live longer than me anyway. So
I've never been someone that could see my future. I was always a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person.
your future's sitting right next to you.
I really can't.
There's a retirement plan for you too. Don't worry about it.
I'm always like, when you ask me why I did that Majerno shot or whatever I did that one time. you go,
I'm
Majerno.
going. You didn't learn. I fucking almost died.
Yeah, I did
A
some.
Manjaro.
Yeah, that.
Manjerno. What the hell's that? Is that a new shot?
know.
Is that a hormone
Why
shot?
don't I have it? No, you're like, I'm not taking it.
Where is it?
No, but it's because I'm always like, okay, like I'm that happy-go-lucky, like, okay, New York has really changed me a lot, I'll have to tell you, because you really can't walk around like that in New York.
No, just everybody's a salesperson in New York. So whenever they get you
There's
in the
nothing
chair,
wrong with salespeople.
Well, I didn't get where I am from not doing it, but I'm just saying yeah. Elle is one of those people. She can't come out of a store with nothing.
I can come out of a store.
I can't.
It's hard.
I will find something. I will find
Thrift
something.
stores. See, you guys aren't into thrift stores. You're into like designer, whatever. But
I'm not a designer person. I mean, my kids are. I'm not. But
Didn't you just tell me a story about $400 slides? Wait, they were $500 slides.
Those are my sons.
Right, but for her son.
They were for my son. They were Gucci
So
slides.
she won't buy that. She'll buy it for her son. You get a little discount when you become a parent.
That's it. We don't get the nice stuff. Even though I do have a pair of Gucci florals. I love them.
For my future, what I want, this is what I want. And this is what I'm going to try to, you know how people make vision boards and they try to do that?
Oh, they had that on the Hallmark show. Go ahead.
I want to be like active. Like I want to be able to.
Sexually.
In every way. I want to be able to get out of bed.
You can't ask Elle a question like that. She can't wait to tell us what's in that email.
Do you want to see?
Not yet. I'm scared.
Nope, don't want to see it.
No, but I want to, because I know that your body ages, and it's almost like it atrophies. You know how you get in a car accident and you've walked for 50 years, you get in one car accident, and then it takes you like a year and a half to learn how to walk again? That's what getting older is like that. If you don't keep moving yourself even more than you normally do, you lose the ability to really, be limber. Mm-hmm. So I want to try to do more exercising.
You were just saying before that you don't want to live fast.
No, I don't. I know. There's that. You really don't know how long you're going to live. Because, what I was saying before was, like, it freaks me out to think that I'm going to live longer than my dad lived. That's what I was saying. Because it's just, I'm a sentimental person like that. Like, I never thought I'd live a life. I never thought I'd be able to live on this earth 1 minute without him. So the fact in my head, and I know this is all in my head, but the fact of me living to be older than he ever was is very strange to me, because he was my dad. Like, he held me, he was big, and he held me, and I can't imagine being older than him.
So I'm going to assume me and Christy, you feel the same way. I mean, not being rude, I had parents, too, that I loved, but my mother died at 50, my father at 61. Yeah. I don't want to die.
I mean,
I don't want to die. No, we're going to die.
You're going to die, right?
But I don't want to die before them. That means I'm going to be dead in the next 2.5 years. Yeah. Now,
if you spend your life worrying about it, and assuming that's going to happen to you, you're not really going to enjoy life.
No,
you could be dead life tomorrow. If I haven't died yet, I mean...
You did.
Right. Technically, I did. But I mean, you don't know. You don't know what tomorrow's going to be.
Right.
I know I want to raise my grandchildren. I don't know why, but I do.
I don't know if
Maybe because I
don't
didn't
know.
have the chance to really raise my kids all the time.
He's 8.
No, I mean like when they're babies and they're cute, Like I know, I love a little baby.
All my babies were cute except Tommy. He looked like a little alien when he was born. But he was natural.
That's because he was natural and you pushed him out and he had a cone head.
His head looked like a cone head. I swear to God, he looked like a little alien. But he had a little sailor suit on and he had the hat. It was like, oh my God, it's the alien from the sea.
I can't even imagine that delivery room at all. I wish... Was someone videotaping it? No one.
No, I think my sister was punching me in the face.
That's insane.
They should have known I was always the black sheep of the family. But I grew up to be a better person because of
Fantastic.
that. Yes.
Shit happens. Mistakes are made.
You got your shit together.
And that's it.
So many people at your age.
Yeah, they would have tried and failed.
But you know what? Anything that tries is, anybody at 14 that tries to do that, you know what? They do it the best they can.
Yeah.
She was a young mom, in case you missed another episode of the show. And she did a beautiful job and a wonderful job. And it
But do you want to be grandma? Not now.
Not now, please.
You could be.
Oh,
my friends are. Jesus Christ.
We all can be.
You know what? I got to tell you, when both my kids hit 15, I said a prayer because I said, they beat me. They fucking beat me. Thank God I'm not a grandmother at my age. They beat me. They got me beat.
No, I think about it like with Michael and his girlfriend, and I'm like, I don't want to be a grandmother now.
Wait. We were at my nephew's game the other night, right? And Sean calls me. He goes, Ma. I said, what? He goes, is it okay? You know the camera we use for Bella? Like I have a little dog cam? He was like, if I put that on me and Brianna, can we watch a movie in the living room? Now, in my head, I'm like, Sean, you're like a herd.
You don't have cameras in the house?
No. Cameras in the house? That's such a violation. No.
Thank you.
Inside my house?
Absolutely.
No.
Christy's wired like the frickin' FBI.
No.
I don't think Brinks has as many cameras
I gotta tell you, if somebody walks in my house and you want to steal something, take it. Really. It's very
nice that I could talk to my dog.
And hope that Marietta is not home.
From my bark cam. So now Sean wants to put the camera on him and Brianna so I can watch them. I'm thinking to myself.
Another reason I do have it in the house.
But I'm thinking to myself, he's fucking 20. You're asking permission to have a seat on the couch with your girlfriend?
Wow.
That was a proud moment for me. I would have unplugged all the cameras. I don't know. I was very proud.
Well, I like the cameras there. One, because people clean the house and stuff like. I just like it makes me feel good. I have one in my bedroom too. When you need to shut it off, you turn the privacy screen. That's it. Whatever. I have cameras, and when his girlfriend comes over, and I'm working, and my husband disobeys me by going on to another floor, and they're in the living room, and then all of a sudden, she's got to go to the bathroom, so they go upstairs, and then she never comes back down, and then he goes, and I call. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
Because I censor the hallway one, so I know when they get up there.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, FBI.
No, you got to know I'm watching.
Well, with
That's it.
75 cameras in the
I
house.
do not have a camera in his room.
It's easier to get out of Guantanamo Bay
I
than
would
it is
never
to
do
get out of
that.
Chris's
I don't
house.
want to see what goes on in the room. Let's be honest. I don't want to see it. My point is, there's one outside. And Angelo sleeps in my bed, so I don't need to put one in his room. He's never slept there, so it's Chris.
Wow.
Yes. But you should watch, but that's very good at 20 to say that. But that doesn't mean shit.
No, because I probably said he probably did what he had to do, then asked me to unplug the cameras in case I see it. I'm also not an idiot.
Well,
I
how
also
mad
wasn't
are
born
you gonna-
yesterday, but
how mad are you
I-
going to be if your kid is having sex at 20?
I don't want to
about it.
know about that.
Right.
That's disgusting. I don't even want to know those words in my... Stop that now. Stop it now. No.
You don't
Right, you don't want to think about it.
it.
So you be okay with it.
I want to think about it.
I don't
Not
even
yours,
want.
son.
I don't even want. Please don't. Wow. But I don't
Oh
even
my
want
God.
to know my
Oh
kids
my
know what
God.
that word is. I don't think they
But
should
if
know
you
what that.
don't
I
tell
think they
him
should wait
that he's
until they're
gonna-
married.
If you don't tell him, he's going to find out from one of his dumbass friends. It's going to be the wrong information, and then you're going to be a
I mean,
grandmother.
the only really problem is what are they going to find out? How to do it? I mean,
Yeah.
then please have your friends tell you how to do it.
You don't need to.
I don't want to tell my son how to have sex. Get the fuck out of here. What are you
No,
crazy?
you don't tell.
I can't even listen to this.
You don't tell them how to have sex, but you tell them what it is. The more taboo you make something, the more misunderstood people are, the more mistakes they make.
So you want me to tell my sons, guys, sex is when you stick your penis in... No! That's disgusting. I can never do that.
Really?
Ever.
When I was a child...
Okay, Mother Teresa.
I'm not Mother Teresa.
Obviously, your mom didn't have that conversation with you at 15, did she?
I wish she did. I would have been pregnant. But you're going to tell me, if I said that to Sean, like, Sean, do you
He'd
know...
die.
Sean would probably never look at or talk to me again.
Yeah.
He would probably stay in his room for 3 weeks, never eat a fucking thing, and never talk to me again.
Okay, so when you were little, your mom didn't. My mom sat us on the bed and read us this book called Where Do I Come From? Did you never read that book?
Shit, it's like the Brady fucking bunch.
You never read that
I
book?
can't take the shit.
The little sperm is swimming and he's got a box
Oh,
of
right.
flowers and
No.
a chocolate and he's swimming
We had
towards...
sex ed. We watched the Miracle
Obviously,
of Life.
I failed that class.
Right. Why would I leave it up to someone else to tell my children
the
about one
miracle
of the
of
most
life.
important things in the world? I'm not leaving it up to someone else to educate my children on something.
I would pay somebody else to educate my child on that.
$75 an hour.
You got it.
That is just insane.
You could tell Michael.
No, I tell
It's
Danny
more
to.
like,
I
can
tell
you not
Danny
tell
to tell
him?
him, and then I just say make sure there's condoms.
And my husband would probably give my kids money and say, go get a hotel room. I cannot trust anybody.
But
And well, that's how his boys.
Don't you
boys
want
are
the
different,
dad to
you know?
show him how to put the condom on so he doesn't fuck up?
My kids are 18 and 20.
Right.
There is
you
no
were
way.
15.
If-
You were 15.
If Eric goes and gets a condom and shows it to Michael or Sean, my kids would fucking kick him out of the house and never let him back in. It's just my kids are not built that way. They're gonna learn. They're boys.
How?
They're gonna know
How?
how to put the rubber on your fucking penis.
How? YouTube?
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know how to put a condom on. If I did, I wouldn't have 3 kids. Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's for the men to do. And somebody can talk to my kids. I'm not doing it. Fuck out of here. I need a cigarette.
Well, Elle, we already know that you would tell your kids, so that's
I feel like if I don't, they're going to learn it wrong. That's why.
But certain things your mom's not supposed to talk about.
Well, where did I come from? And a whole bunch of series of books are made to teach that to little kids.
It's like Little House on the Prairie. I'd never seen anything.
My mom sat us down every night, and there were a couple of books. One of them was about feelings, and one of them was about sex. But they were made for toddlers.
I mean, we had the potty training book.
No.
We had the
Cheerios in the bowl.
You're now going into second grade. You know that book, and then the last day of school book. I mean,
You don't know about warm fuzzies and cold pricklies?
we watched The Miracle of Life in school.
I just don't trust anyone to be as honest about it as I am. I don't want my kids to feel stigmatized by it and be scared of it. I don't want my kids to be scared of it.
Our children are
They should be
boys.
scared of
I
it.
remember them sitting in the back seat of the car when we were going to Dave & Buster's or something, and them shouting 69. And this one, you want to know what that is? And I'm like,
Guess what? The first time he called his sister a douchebag, we went and looked at douchebags, and I told him exactly what they do and how. He's never
She was
said
my
the
mother,
word.
I'd probably kill her.
He never said the word. He's never called anyone a douchebag ever again.
See, you have a girl too, so it's easy for a mom to talk to their daughter. Thank God
Not
I don't
in
have
my
daughters.
case.
I was just going to say, her daughter's not really the type that's going to take that.
Not in my case.
So I don't know about that. So that's what it is. Jessie lets her do whatever she wants, say whatever she wants. I don't know if your daughter does.
But she knows that if she has any questions, she can ask. You know,
Right, but you didn't show her the book.
You didn't show the sperm book?
it's for little kids. I did when they were little.
So what do you show them when they forgot because they were little?
You don't forget.
Don't let the man put that there?
Can we get a copy of that book? I'd like to see it.
I have it at home still.
Oh, I'm
It's a
sure
good
you
book.
do.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
sure you do.
Well,
Yeah.
I just feel like there's some things that I would rather teach my children than rely on someone who could or could not be incompetent.
We get that part. You balance your house like that, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, every parenting, there's no wrong.
Right.
Well, what would you change? Like, what exactly would you change
If anything.
about balancing, everything together? What do you regret? What do you have any regrets from constantly working, or what have you think you've missed?
I don't know about missed, but I should and I want to be able to sit down and have a family meal at least once a week. That's what I would like to do because I know it's a
Even
privilege.
if it's takeout.
It's a privilege when to have your kids living at home still because that doesn't last. So
We're gonna hear this for the next 6 weeks.
You know what? You want to hear a funny story? So on Thursdays at one of our dental offices, Christy, because she's such a fantastic boss, buys like a lot of food. She buys pizza
I'm
for.
going to start coming on
the whole-
Thursdays.
That's when Jamal comes.
Pizza
Why do you
day.
think
It's
Jamal
usually
comes
like
on
pizza
Thursday?
and stuff like that.
Yeah. So there's a lot. Sometimes there's a lot left over. For
Well, I
whatever
do that
reason.
so everybody can take it home.
Right. And so I take it home. And one time my husband said to me, obviously you have no interest in coming home for dinner since you'd rather spend it at work. I'm like, that's what you think I'm doing with all this pizza?
Well, see if that my husband said that, I would stab him.
I would probably punch mine in the face.
Right. So, because I would be like, you know what? You can fucking go to work.
I agree.
Bottom line.
It didn't
I
even
agree.
occur to me that it would be construed that way because I'm like, dude, this was pizza for everyone and there was like a lot left over, so I thought it would be good for everyone. to
Oh, so
have
he
some.
thought you were coming home with the pizza like I'm not cooking tonight?
He thought I was coming home with the pizza like, oh, I'm
Because she
partying
had
with
dinner
my
at-
friends.
at
Right.
work with
No,
her
that's
friends.
lunchtime.
Right.
Well, it's Lupper because we order for we always say we're going to have lunch and it winds up being 3 o'clock or whatever.
Right.
Because I don't come until way after lunch. Now I got it on like pre-order. This way, if I stroll in when they're hungry.
Are you regretting anything, or are you wanting to change things up in the future a little bit? Well, you are because you're going to retire in like 2 years.
She ain't retiring.
10 years. Maybe 10. I don't know. I mean, would I change anything? I mean, I think I would have, but I can't say that. It's hard to say because
Yeah.
you
'Cause
know,
did
I'm
what you
settled
did.
now. I'm
Yeah.
settled, and it's okay, you
Yeah.
know. But I did it for them, you know. I didn't want them not to have a future, you know. I just always feel like I'm not going to be here to see them. It's always in the back of my head, so I just want to make sure they're okay. So that's the main reason. But I would have liked to, spend a little more time with Mikey. Maybe we did a lot.
Yeah, you have
know.
a lot of memories from his
Yeah,
childhood.
because he was the first, and and I did work from somebody else then, but there was times to get here I had to work a lot, you know, to sacrifice not getting paid for 3 years, I had to double up on my money somewhere else, And even when I don't have to anymore, I still work something else because I'm interested. But like Angelo, I really feel that I'm so close to him that I'm lucky. I don't regret it, and I wouldn't take anything back. I hope that they will remember that I'm not just absent because I don't want to be there. Because there's not a minute of the day I don't think about them. So as far as my husband, I don't care. We haven't had a date night in I don't know how long, so I don't think they exist anymore. But
do you wear matching clothes?
no, first of all, you see how my husband dresses.
Only if they go to Disney.
And Disney, he felt like, holy shit, when are we getting out of here?
I love Disney. I used to go twice a year.
So what would you change, Marietta?
I would honestly want to change what I did with my kids. I mean, they're great kids, all of them. But I wish I would have spent a little more time with homework and focusing more on them than worrying about where the next deal was coming in to pay the mortgage and to pay the bills. And
well, you have to worry about that,
Yeah.
You have to do that. You took care of them for a lot of years by yourself also.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, but just...
And they did well. They both graduated.
They both graduated, but I just wish they were a little...
Oh my God.
Sean, I mean, I love him to death, but it just cost me $45,000 to send him to Lincoln Tech. He wants to fix people's ACs, and I'm like, shit.
Dude, that is the smartest thing that he could ever do.
Not yet, man, not yet.
Oh, wait till tomorrow when
Graduate.
it's 150 degrees outside. He's gonna be making $1 million.
Yeah, you'll never
Are
see
you
him.
kidding me? That's a great job.
The other day, he tells me he's going to open up all my vents and do a nice clean out. I went, oh, that's good. How much am I selling my house for?
He would have been proud of me in the office the other day.
Probably would have.
That is a great career. That is fantastic.
It
I would
is.
do that.
It
I would
is.
totally
And then
do
you
that.
open his own business.
Yeah, that's why I said he can do this.
And that is one of those things where when it is 150 degrees out, he's going to be making $1 million that day.
Well, but just me, I just would have liked to have been present a little more for them. That's all.
Well, because sometimes you're working when you're home, and it's not, and I'm trust me. Sometimes in the mornings, it could be 3 hours on a Sunday where we're trying to fix something, and they're like waiting for me, like they're staring at me, like, are we going? Are we going?
But that's also my kids, so they're sitting there, and like I'm home, right? So I just got home from work, and of course, as soon as I walk in the door, what happens? My phone rings. So my kids aren't home yet, though. But as soon as my phone rings, the whole fucking house comes home.
So yesterday, me and Elle were having a conversation with somebody that works for our social media here, Alex, because hi, Alex, you're watching. And he had said to me, "I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I shut my phone off all weekend."
Who the hell does that?
Basically, he said his wife was giving him a hard time. So
he's very
I'm
organic.
like, you know what? He told the truth because it did go straight to voicemail. I mean, and then at the same time, I'm going, good for him. I said to him, good for you. You're your own. You work for yourself, and we know we have to work a certain way. And we know when you work for yourself, it's 20 times harder to work.
And when you work in social media for yourself, you're constantly surrounded by
But
stimuli.
then he does. He makes his post every day because there's timers. You don't need to be on it. So he creates all week. And even, he said it's not a consistent, he doesn't do it every weekend, but this weekend he did. And I said, well, I should have took his advice. It was my birthday. I didn't, take his advice. And, but I was oh, I'm going to try that one day. But here's the thing. I'm always like this. So
Hello.
So I don't know, and then I look at my cameras and look at this. I don't always want to know. And the office is open 7 days, so it's hard. But some days it takes up yours now. Now you're knowing that when
I'm
you're
watching the
home.
Formula One race with my daughter, and she's listening because she could hear because the person at work is screaming at me so loud that she could hear. And my daughter's screaming, "Hang up on her! Hang up!" I'm like.
Well, it's now time for her pressure to go up.
Yeah.
Now no longer my pressure going up.
And my pressure goes up because my kids are home mainly on the weekends if they're not going out with their friends, which I'm so happy that they have so many nice friends. But my busiest days are the weekends.
Right, because again,
Open
same thing.
houses
It's
and
when people are available to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, if you got somebody that's going to buy a house, they definitely have a job.
Absolutely.
Right. So,
And if you don't answer your phone, guess what?
somebody else will.
Somebody else will.
Absolutely.
So
Agreed.
You always look at it that way too,
Yeah.
You're not You're supposed to at my age and
Supposed to separate it.
and my stage of life, you're supposed to be working smarter, not harder.
I don't agree with that, but we'll have that conversation another day.
See, my different fields. Like there are so many
No.
things I can do.
I've always heard that too, Marietta.
No,
that
I've
would
heard the saying, but I
ring true
don't
with
agree
me.
with the saying.
Why
What
not?
no, I have a lot of reasons, but I'll discuss that with you. And because
Can we have that on the same episode as this, my email?
maybe you have to just what do you define as hard? I mean.
Like at this age, I shouldn't be. I don't, there's certain things I just don't want to do anymore. Like I don't.
Oh no, I know. I don't want to work.
No, I want to work. I love working. I love helping people. I do. I can't take that away from me.
Overall, would you say that you're like at the moment like managing your house and your work in a way that is acceptable to you, or are you planning to change something?
Well,
like
it has to work.
There's no
sooner
choice.
than later? No, there always is a choice. You can hire an assistant.
You should do. I've advised you should do that more than once. It could take off, but you know what? You are a workaholic.
Yeah.
And you're always going to be a workaholic.
Exactly. And I can't just sit there while my assistant goes shows my houses, or I just can't do it. I have to be there.
I can sit there while Amanda does everything.
I feel like I'm missing something. I'll be calling them saying, "What'd they say? What'd you do? Was it a nice house? Was the house nice? Was the nice house? Was the house nice? Did it have a pool?" I should just go myself. So I talk because I'm tired, but I still would not be able to live myself down by not going.
No, but I told you to get an assistant for the things that you just don't have the time to do,
Yeah.
like cold call or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
because I try to figure out your real estate business.
I can't even figure. I really am going to do one thing. One thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm going to get one book and write everything in it. If you go to my car right now, there has to be 25 books in there with a note here, a note there, and I even date it. So I can go through all my books and see where's what. So I know I have 4
You're
books
always
so
on
far.
your phone. You don't know how to put it in notes.
I do. In note, but when you're talking, I'm not going to write
But
it.
you could speak into notes.
You sound
Not
like
when I'm
you're
on the phone
wearing-
with you.
Not like you're wearing an earpiece.
Would you like me to get you one?
Shut up.
I really got to get a one.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Midlife Mafia.
Please subscribe and follow us on all socials at Midlife Mafia.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
Dollars, we're settling our score. Wrinkles are our trophies, we wear them with pride. The fire's burning brighter, we've got nothing to hide.